This month for my online card class, Inspiration in the Mail, I'm using some products from the Ornate Garden Suite. The first product I chose to use is the Ornate Garden DSP. I love this paper. Several of the papers have gold embossing on them, which lend themselves to many occasions. We have two papers that are kind of neutral because they're monochromatic. And then we have some great patterns. I love this paper. I've used it so much and it lends itself to lots of different occasions. In the package, it comes with 12 sheets. You get 2 of each of the 6 sheets. So lots of paper to do your crafting with. The other product, that I use from the suite is the Gilded Gems. These have been fun to play with. I chose to use the Many Mates stamp set. This has sentiments for many occasions, and it also uses sentiments that you can put inside your card. So great dual set there. Here's the first card I'm going to make. I used a piece of Whisper White that was 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4, and I folded it on the fold line, and I've used my bone folder for a crisp fold. The next thing you need is a piece of Bumblebee, and it's 3 3/4 by 5.5. To that, I'm going to attach a piece of the DSP from the Ornate Garden with the daisies, and this one is actually 3.5 by 3 3/4, but I'm not going to attach that right away. You'll need a piece of terracotta tile that's 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches, and you'll use the Ornate Floral, which is also part of that suite, embossing folder to emboss it. And I've got it done already, just through the magic of video. I'm going to attach that to my card base, and you have to put this one on before you put on your DSP because it tucks underneath. So I'm going to use some tear-in tape, and I'm going to put my tear-in tape on the back so I can attach it to my card base. And the reason I use tear-in tape is this is embossed, and there's valleys and mountains in here, and I find that with the valleys and the mountains, it doesn't always grab your cardstock well. So by using a piece of tear-in tape, you ensure you get a good surface to adhere to your card. Now, the reason I set this down here is I want to use this paper to line up and to know where I'm going to put this piece. And I'm putting it on like this. And what I did was I put more of this corner underneath, but I just tucked that corner just inside of the DSP. So now I can put on my DSP, and I'm using some glue. My stuff is, I'm going to have to look for some more full bottles of glue. I've used them almost all up with all the crafting I have done. And I'm putting that on, and I made it even with the bottom and the sides. So it goes on like that. This piece then goes on. I stuck my finger in the glue. This piece goes on next, and you want to center it side to side and top to bottom. I find it easier if I open the card up to put it down. So just kind of look side to side, top to bottom, make sure it's on straight. You get a little bit of wiggle room with the glue. The base of your card is almost done. The next thing you want to do is you want to cut a piece. Well, first what you want to do first is you want to stamp your sentiment, and I chose to use Get Well Soon on a scrap piece of Whisper White using terracotta tile. So I'm going to put that right there. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not, because then you're going to cut that piece down. And there's a hint for you. If you can't pull on your ink pad to close it, push from the other end. You're going to cut that down so it fits onto your piece. But we got to punch that out first. So using a piece of Garden Green, I used the tag punch, and I punched out, not Garden Green, Old Olive, sorry, Old Olive. I punched out the shape. This sentiment gets mounted on there, and that's the reason why, and I just cut it real close to the edge to make it work. There's lots of ways you can get it to work. You can even do two separate punches and layer them. So there, I've got that. This goes on with dimensionals, so I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of my card here. And I am going to put one in the center because I want to make sure that my center doesn't collapse when it goes through the mail. Then you're going to take and you're going to take your backs off, and your pokey tool is great for that. So you take your back off and you put it on your card base wherever you want it. Then you're going to take some of that ribbon, you're going to tie a bow, and you're going to put it on a glue dot. And then when you take it off, you want to pinch it so that you have it, the glue dot underneath real well, and you attach it to your card. Anywhere you want with the ribbon, it's fine. And then the other thing you want to remember is I used a stamp from the Ornate Style stamp set and stamped the inside and colored it with my markers so that it would go with the outside of the card. So there you go. There's a card idea for you. All the supplies I used are linked in the description below. I've also linked the post on my blog about the card class so you can go over and check it out. Love to have you join us. We're going to do 3 cards. I've got lots of other ideas that you can easily use. Lots of cards from this suite. Have a great day.